pretend it's only you showing me the way. It's only you. I fade into the gray. It comes at night, like the rising tide. A slow approach, no place to hide. The way it moves with a haunting grace, me possessed with one embrace.
Well, hey there. The night still was cold. Wind breaking in, trying to break into the small chapel. But Howard and Piper wouldn't really know. For while they could occasionally see the wind angrily pushing around a small building out on the top of mountains, deep in the hills, well, seemed it couldn't get through. While there was no glass except that which was shattered on the floor, the wind stayed out. It wasn't necessarily warm or comfortable, it just was still. And soon, having taken the watches, young Avery slept. The burns on her fingers and her body, the wear and tear of the last few days of beings that were only in the nightmarish tales told by their older siblings. They'd come too real, and even the young mind of Avery ready to get up a smart response and do the child's thing of just being, gosh darn, uncontrollable and smart aleck in every way. It had begun to wear down on her, etching away at the young's way of just rationalizing the dark. And so she slept, not wanting to wake her. Howard and Piper took a step or two away, began to see the dark morning. The sun obviously up somewhere, but hadn't crested into the particular shadow of the hill that they were in. So it was still quite dark. So Howard and Piper, what would you like to do?
I think Piper's gonna she's gonna sneak past Avery and she's gonna go with Howard. She's like, dude, you know what you told me about the names and the weird voodoo stuff that was happening to you?
Yeah.
That happened to me too. My
Well,
blood was creeper crawling like caterpillars through the wall because I broke that bench over there. That was me. She's gonna point over to the bench. Um, and then she's gonna turn back to him. She's like, I also the candle. It was like trying to talk to me. I guess it was like, hello, Piper, and I pulled my fingers in my ears and I did not look at it. But there's something weird about this place, and the matron's name is on the walls.
Hmm.
Who else is here?
Well, there's the fella from back in Barlow, Richard Thompson. His name is up there too. I don't know why his name is here. I saw the shadows are kind of weird in here. They look a little like metal bars. Howard is going to go back to the front door, and he just wants to check if we're locked in or if we can open the door.
You go to the door and, such as it is, kind of push as it barely hangs on. And you find you can seem to freely be able to exit if you want.
He nods and looks back at Piper. Okay, well, we're not. The wind can't get in, but we can't get out, but we can, I guess.
Yeah, no, this is a church, right? People in, I don't know, I didn't really ever go. Well, I went sometimes when my mom made me, but, you know, they talk about, like your souls, you know? If this is a church and there's names on the walls, do you think, like, they're like souls are imprisoned here? Like their names? Does that make sense or is that weird?
Not weird. We feel like we've seen weirder.
That's true. That is true. We did see a dead kid on a table, so definitely.
Didn't get the name right. Didn't Bartholomew, when we talked to him about the matron, he said something about the matron changed. Right?
Oh, we still have that thing that we can burn and we can talk to him. Remember that thing where it was like a piece of hair or something? We burned it and we're like, Bartholomew. And then he'll come?
Above table, did we not use that already?
No.
You haven't used it, no.
We have not. Okay. I think we must have thought about using it. I think when we were trying to get into the mill. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's true. Though Bartholomew said specifically he'd send aid. I don't think Bartholomew will show up, but
Well, it said like knowledge and help. I don't know about you, but I think we need some knowledge.
that's not a bad idea. But we should probably figure out specifically what we want to ask. We just want to try to figure out what's going on with the names.
Well, I mean, what else are we gonna do? Avery's kind of just sleeping down on the floor right now.
Yep.
We can,
Should let her rest.
yeah,
She got pretty banged up.
yeah. So I think it would be great to have like more information or things that like a story to tell when she wakes up, I guess.
Yeah. Did Avery when she saw the name, what was it? It was Dooley, change into the matron, did she say that she touched it? That's what made it change?
Yeah. Well, that's what you told me yesterday. I didn't say it.
I think Howard might. Can Howard find the Richard Thompson name again? Like, does he know where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go in and you can see the name.
I never touched the one I saw. I could touch it and see if it does something weird like that again.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, I'll break another bench.
I don't know if we have to break benches. Most of them are already broken.
We can break them even more.
This is true. He just nods like that. That's a true statement. We absolutely can. So I think Howard will go up and just sort of hesitantly, but he'll touch the wall where the Richard Thompson name is, just to see if anything happens.
Okay. You touch it, and you can feel that it's been carved here. And it's cold. Colder than the rest of the air here. It's almost like the air under your fingers begins to move compared to the absolute stillness. It's odd. And you feel fingers around your finger. It's almost like the name is turned into a hand. And as you start, you can feel it pull away, and it's gone. Just the name is there again.
Okay.
Are you okay? You like jumped a foot in the air.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen emotion on your face before, but you look startled.
Howard. Howard looks vaguely insulted. No emotion. There's not much.
I'm just being honest.
Not much surprises me. That surprised me. I felt like something was coming sort of out of the wall, trying to touch my hand. Avery didn't mention that. It was real cold.
See, that sounds like evil to me. I don't think this is a good church.
I mean,
Why was it trying to grab you? Was it trying to make you a name on the wall? Is your name on the... Wait, no, your name's Howard. Never mind. Your name's not Richard.
I mean, I don't know if it was trying to grab me. It was trying to touch me, but it didn't. Like, I could pull my hand away. It didn't resist me doing that. So,
What if there's a ghost on the other side trying to connect to?
I wonder if the names are something folks have left. 'Cause Richard was never the same. He disappeared. He was going to the big city, he told us. When he came back, he was different. He was meaner.
Do you think they leave like who they used to be here? They leave like their true identities here and become something new, something bad. What? Wait! The matron's name is on this wall, right? And then it has that big garden thing where she goes back in. She becomes the person she used to be. Do you think that's connected? I don't know.
That's what I was wondering. I don't know what it is they leave. I don't know if it's soul or something else, but I get the sense that the folks whose names get carved on the wall, they're not just carving their names. If they're carving them, I don't know.
Well, this is a church, and they obviously were worshiping some kind of thing that I shot in the head. Not a very powerful thing, but a thing. I probably shouldn't say that. I don't want it to come back. Sorry.
What did you even? I don't
Sorry?
know.
The god, like the person that we killed in the mill.
I don't necessarily think that's connected to.
This church?
No, well, because we heard quickly above table. We heard the sisters, the matron sisters that were coming for us. When they stopped chasing us, we heard them say, "We can't go into his territory."
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think
okay.
part of
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Close.
It's there's a lot of different things, but they didn't want to come here. I think it might be something else. But that's a good question, that what it is. Howard will start looking for remnants of iconography. Does it look like this was actually a Christian church?
All right. I would say give me an intellect challenge here.
Oof. I've got to get my dice out. Hold on. I'm going to find myself a d20. There we go. So I do have, let's see, what is it? When I do have training when looking for conventionally hidden items. I don't know if that counts here. May not count, but and I actually am trained in finding something new. So I guess maybe one of those will count. Ooh, that's an 18.
18. Here. You look around. You don't find anything like crosses. Push into floorboards and the pews. You can tell where people might have almost chipped into it as if they were holding tight onto sections of it. And looking down, where the seats would be, like underneath the seated part of these broken pews, you can see written and carved are symbols with sigils and odd angles. Staring at them almost gives your head a headache. And for a moment, you think that your brain's about to bust out. You begin to sweat until you come to where it's been broken and rotted. Whatever sentence this was stopped. And you realize you're sweating blood. And only by the brokenness of the pew itself, the one that Piper cracked, do you realize you just avoided something.
Is that why you gave me the XP last time?
And then you can see the part in which Piper broke was a little hollow. There's a small bundle of fabric that's been exposed.
Howard wipes his brow, sees that it's blood, kind of looks at Piper, and says, I don't think this is like any church I've ever been to.
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't.
There's some symbols here. I wouldn't look at them if I were you.
You don't have to tell me twice.
He'll just like kick some debris over them so that he doesn't accidentally look at them again. And he'll sort of gingerly try to pull out the fabric bundle.
All right. Pull it out. It's something wrapped in cloth. There's a single line written on a little scrap of paper on it. As you hold it, the fabric has a smell of mullein, Angelica, and rowan. Angelica and rowan. On a little piece of paper, it says, "A name lost must be given back. A name alone is not enough."
What does it say, Howard?
He will read that too. Piper's is a name, just a little incantation. Says a name. A name lost must be given back, and a name alone is not enough. He looks at the walls, so names are kind of important here. So that seems to be it. He kind of looks at the package and goes, "Should I open this?"
I mean, considering you found it next to, the runes of death. Yeah, I think you should.
That's honestly not where I thought you were going with that statement, but yeah, he will sort of. He's gonna kind of. I think just because of what just happened, he's gonna open it, but if there's like writing, he's gonna sort of avert his eyes for the moment from any writing, until he sees what's actually in there.
Just kind of keep taking it away. You see a withered hand bone.
Go give it to the name. Go give it to the name. The Richard name. Go give it to him. Give it to him. Sorry.
No. Howard
connected it in my brain.
I'm thinking of. You know what? That makes as much sense to Howard as anything else.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna kind of look at it and look at Piper and kind of shrug and say, "Okay." He'll go over and just go over and kind of press it against without thinking about the fact that there's probably no way this is actually Richard Thompson's hand. He will.
We put this against Richard Thompson's name.
It's the name. It's the name that he felt something come out of the wall for.
Yeah. You touch it, and It's as if the excuse me, the hand touches the wood. Give me intelligence defense, please.
I am actually trained in this. Because I have don't mind. So trained in intelligence defense. And intelligence defense, I will put an effort into this. Rolled around a bit. That is a 9.
You're training, we put in effort. Okay. So hand, for a moment, it's like the fingers sharpen. The claws, like you kind of seen on the matron and her sisters. And you see a space where your name would just look fine, Howard. You feel yourself reaching out to put it right above Richard's. Before a blast, burning in your eyes, like everything in you was screaming, but you couldn't hear, as your body itself revolts against the corruption that this was given, and you are able to pull back.
Howard, you did it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna start not necessarily doing everything you ask me to do. No offense, Piper, but
Well, what happened?
so I think. Remember how you said the candle wanted you to like come towards it?
Yeah.
The hand wanted me to carve my name on the wall.
Oh.
But I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, considering. Yeah.
But that maybe seems to be what the hand is for. Because it got like the sharp nails like the matron used to have.
In that moment, you see what just looks like Richard, but its eye sockets are hollow, standing before the two of you. It's all right, Howard. No one really loved me enough to be able to take my name off the wall.
Well,
They fade.
they. Well, what they. You can take names off the wall?
And he's gone.
Howard still says the question out loud. Did Piper see?
I'd say Piper saw, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if this was Howard's ability or not. Sorry, what was that, Piper?
We could take the matron off the wall.
Ah.
Give me that finger. Sorry.
Well, I don't. It wasn't tempting me to take his name off. I don't think it was tempting me to add the name, unless you have to add a name to take one off. I don't know.
This is all too confusing for my brain. I don't do riddles super well. And I just saw a ghost. He said something about you loving him.
You said that no one loved him enough to take the name off the wall, so that makes it
What did the paper show? I forgot. I forgot what the paper showed. Art department's trying to save our butts over here. We love you, art department.
I mean, the paper just had the name lost must be given back, and name alone is not enough. So that's why Howard's thinking that maybe you have to give your name to give their name back. It's the only thing he can come up with at the moment, based on what just happened to him. May 100% not be true, but
you didn't have to put your name down on the wall. Your name didn't go down. You freed him.
It didn't seem like his name's still on the wall. You didn't get a sense that he was freed, almost that he pushed against.
yeah.
Wait, so he wasn't free from the wall?
No. He was telling us that what he was saying was it was okay, Howard, because nobody loved him enough to get his name off the wall. So I think the name is still there.
Well, what does that mean? You gotta love him back to existence? I'm confused. Like genuinely over table. What? What?
Yeah, I'd say something like that. It's not that like no one loved him, but they didn't have enough love to get him out.
Yeah. And it's the idea that a name alone is not enough. So there must be more to it.
So I would say, remember how this works.
Mhm.
We've talked about before that you're getting little clues, I'm giving you threads, almost like the art supplies. You still have to make the craft,
Right.
right? 'Cause this is kind of how you're going to make the thing together.
Mhm.
I'm just like, here's a red marker. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Okay. Just check it with Elena too. So
Okay.
Can we try the matron?
I think Howard would nod his head, but I think, especially because you offered, he would hand you the hand because he's put his hand near this wall too many times this morning. Doesn't want to do it again.
Piper's gonna take the hand and she's gonna kind of look down at it for a second. Then her grip is gonna tighten. Her little brow is gonna like furrow in determination. She's gonna look up to where the matron's name is. And she's like, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna get her free. Because the matron deserves to be free.
I think
So
Howard,
it's kind of like a selfless, like, if I can get her free, then that's okay. Like, if that makes sense. Because she does
Sure.
care about it.
Yeah, you say that here. You hear a voice. I'm still here, love.
She's gonna jump like a foot in the air and almost drop the hand. It's like, good gravy!
The name.
And she's gonna like whip around, try to see who just talked.
Look, you see no one.
She's kind of like breathing a bit heavier, and she's just like looking around, and she doesn't see anyone. But she's gonna look back down at the hand in her hand.
It suddenly, the fingers spread and curl like a claw. Give me speed defense.
Oh shoot, we're cooked! We're cooked! We're cooked! Oh, I got 15.
15. Your hand, as the moves back, you essentially let go as the nails scratch on your skin, not deep enough to cause you harm, but it's with way too fast. 9, 10, 15 little scratches as it plops on the ground. And you look at the palm of your hand, and they are scratched just lightly, not enough to draw blood because you were quick as a rattlesnake. It just says, why?
Because I love you. You know, like a kid, it's like, you tried to help me, I love you. You know?
Yeah, like his hand burns a bit more. Why?
That's a... Because I do. I don't think there really is a huge, like... It's really hard to explain. Hold on. She's gonna put her other hand on her hip and kind of just like sit there and tap her foot trying to think of an answer. It's like... so she is going to say, because you loved us when no one else would. You helped us in your clawed hand way. You know, and when you see the things that you see, like the garden, please don't be mad at me, I did sneak into the garden. But, you know, when you see the things you see, and you see behind, like, the exterior, you see the person that's really inside. You love the person inside. You're still a person. And because you're a person, I think you're a good person. And so I love you because you're a good person. In your own matronly lizard way. Sorry.
You say that. Candle. Let's do this. Give me a intellect challenge for using magic.
I use magic. The power of love.
I want to see if you're either hindered or anything else there.
Lies, trickery, defense against mental effects, assessing dangers, importance, power. I have leadership and what was? Yeah, persuasion. It's just like I'm a really good talker.
You guys shouldn't have anything in using magic. Okay, cool.
Yeah, nothing in magic. Okay. So why do you want me to be free? Like, that was kind of hard to like, I love you. I was like, dang, that's like vulnerable, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. You're good. So then go ahead and give me an intellect challenge.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I got a 17.
17. Candle flickers. And you feel a cold breath on your neck. The hand begins to move, the fingers dragging itself towards the wall. Sticking the tips almost clawed into the wall. It climbs up to the name. Dooley. And horrified, you watch as it begins to scratch off the name. As soon as the first nail hits the bottom of the E, there are roars from outside. As they come in for the first time since you've been in here, the breeze comes through as if it was a tornado or something worse, blowing against your skin.
I think I did an oopsie, Howard.
There are many roars, 4 to be precise, come in without care. You hear in the distance trees themselves being cracked, things moving fast towards where you are. It's the claw. A hand keeps far too slow, not near enough speed to be done before. As the candle flickers, still going into flame and then into none. Whatever protected this place for a moment isn't focused on protecting it. No, it's focused on unleashing the name and whatever is held behind it. Therefore, the 4 things coming for you can get in just fine. What do you want to do?
Piper's gonna throw herself in front of the name. Like, that's just the person she is. Like, she's like when she said that she loved the matron, like, she meant it.
All right. So you're trying to protect it in case of whatever's coming. Y'all might have like a little bit of time, not much. What do you want to do and anything else?
Howard is going to see as quickly as he can where this name is, where Piper is, and if he can, he grabs the apple picker and he tries to sort of move debris to create a little bit of a defensible position.
Yeah, I think that Piper would do that too. She'd she'd see what Howard was doing, because Howard's the smart one, and so she'll try to do the same. She'll try to drag over like some things that look like she could like take cover behind. Are there any objects around that she can throw?
Could be pieces of the pews and such.
Okay.
Unless you want to do some player intrusion.
What if she turns around and what are the walls made out of? What is it all made
Wood.
out of again? All wood. What if the wind blew like some like pebbles almost in, like you know, like I don't know.
When all this came in, among it were like some small stones. Yeah.
Small stones.
Yeah,
like,
I think right here, what you might want, as you orient all your minds, to give you guys a little lead here. What's coming for you? You saw these things. You avoided because you used a truck to smash them.
No.
Okay, so Rock
And yet they are running still. You have seen these things. They are beasts beyond any ken. One of them you were able to trick enough or move enough to get by. But 4 now. 4, the matron and things either stronger or like her that you would not want to. Your goal here is not defeat. Not even stop, really, but just delay enough so that name can come undone. So as you think about that, how do you want to proceed?
Okay. Well, I would see. Let's see if we can bar up the door. Is there like her and Howard combined? Could they like try to drag some things up to like bar the door or something? I don't know because
Yeah.
they're like one
It's
of them's
more-
made out of freaking metal. Like, so,
Well, it's not exactly them things probably more powerful than them actually are coming. But yeah, I think more what do you want to do?
Yeah. Think. Honestly, Howard looks at Piper and says, "Do we want to use the leaves from
4?
Bartholomew?"
But I don't know if we have a lot of time.
Mm.
We can burn it with the candle.
Looks over. I think the candle's out momentarily.
You can't just flicker in.
It's flickering. Yeah.
Okay. Don't want to do that. Can we strengthen the candle?
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Power of love. We'll hype the candle up. You got it, you queen. You go, girl boss. How does one make a candle go brighter?
All right. So what I want to encourage you to do, because this is kind of figuring out this game a little bit, is go ahead and answer that question. Use your like think about this setting, the fiction, something that maybe makes sense. What your character may want to do. It could be you and Howard, and kind of pick what you want to do.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be like actual scientific, like. Okay, so it could be like symbolic too.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to go here. This is wide open. So again, it's not so much that there's an answer to this, but just what answer you're going to go for.
Because I have kind of an idea, but at the same time, it's like he's gonna say, "Nah, you reaching."
All right.
Hold on, let me think about this. Like you. So I think she would grab the candle, see it flickering. She'd put her hand like around the flame in case like the wind is making it flicker. She's gonna like kind of hold it close to her. Kind of like she's protecting it. Man, this feels kind of weird. It's like love is what freed these people, but maybe now love is what needs to protect these people. Maybe? I don't know, so it'd be like, Howard, pretend like you're my brother for a second. I don't know. I think she would really try to I'm sorry, I don't know. I think so scientifically. I'm like, okay, if I tried to blow on the candle's fire, that would make it go out instead of making it grow stronger. But maybe if I pour my soul into blowing on the candle, desperation, care for the person that the candle was protecting,
All right.
maybe
so,
that would do something.
All right. So you approach the candle then, and you get in deep, almost asking in your heart, "What do you need?" You see the ashes of things that were offered here. And you almost hear, "What will you give?" And as your hands rest on the altar, for a moment, the wind, though you still see where it comes and goes, it's silent. And you hear, "I keep what I'm asked. I bring silence to the souls committed here." Give me an offering, so I might burn brighter and protect and keep out those who would stop the unnaming.
Oh, there's so many things I can do. I could go full angst, be like, kill me, you know? Like, we could go full angst. I don't have anything. I'm just an orphan. I don't have anything. I still got mud stains on my skirt because I only have one skirt.
Did Howard hear that too?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that Howard would rifle through. He's got like a little. Oh, I saw that stuff. I saw that he posted.
Yeah. I'm just posting just because it felt like people might be a little stuck, just giving ideas, trying to stoke the fire.
Mm-hmm. I think that he takes he's going to take out his little sketch notebook that he draws things in, and he's going to run over to the altar, and he puts his sketched notebook and his pencil down.
And he was always scribbling in there.
And
That's so sad.
what he'll actually say is, you can have my drawing. And he doesn't mean the drawings physically. He means his ability to draw.
Nope.
His ability to put it down on paper. But what he then also says is, but I want you to free Richard too. Because he was the one who encouraged me to draw before he changed.
You lay it down. So, mechanics-wise,
Yes.
this will come to a roll, folks,
Yep.
and Howard is given something important, which is counting as assets. Is Piper going to give anything?
I'm trying to think. Like, there's oh, this could be so symbolic. Oh, I don't know if this is reaching. I don't know. It's like
Let's go for it.
the memory of my mother, because the matron became my second mother. I don't know if that's too far reaching.
That's if that's what you want to do.
Well, I'm just
You-
trying to see if that's something she would actually do, is forget her mom. I don't know if she would.
Well, it's okay. You can think a little bit. I think it's. You definitely have played Piper as very selfless, actually. So, you gotta decide. And the important thing is that, of course, after this, you still have to play a playable character. So however you want to do this.
If it helps with, sort of thinking about how it would work, and this is actually good to tell you too, Matt, because it does mean I just took away one of my trainings
Okay.
because he was trained in drawing, and so I figure if he's doing this, that probably means he's not trained in drawing anymore.
That would make sense.
What if I gave away her ability to lie?
Be an interesting thing to roleplay in the future.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry, this is really hard. I didn't think about like the little things about her. Like I'm sorry, this is like really, really hard for me for some reason.
So okay, and this is obviously Matt has final say whether this would work, but I think as Matt has said, you could come up with something like that now. That would retroactively be an interesting RP moment to say that there was something that she's giving up, and then moving forward, it becomes an RP element that she gave it away. So it doesn't have to be something that was necessarily established previously.
Oof. So something that I did write down was that what she used to do with her dad is that they would have like these like her and her her parents were super, super close. So the one of the things that she did is when her parents were like having a picnic, she would like climb up. There was a tree in their backyard or something. She would always climb that tree. She gave up her ability to climb trees or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's like climbing up because it specifically says that she would climb trees and like play with her dad doing that.
Mhm. So you still climb trees to remember,
Yeah.
coming back to the family you lost. It's the only times, just occasionally, that you feel like they're still here.
I wish she's sitting on a. When she climbs up onto the top branch, she like can still hear her mom being like, "Don't come back down. What are you doing?" And her dad's kind of laughing, you know, and because she like threw like an acorn at his head or something. So it's
All right. What do you place on the altar that represents this?
going back to our D&D campaign. She has an acorn.
All right.
She could. Oh my gosh, her dad used to call her a squirrel too. She could have had like a little charm of like an acorn, one of the only things she kept, and so she puts that on the altar.
All right. Kind of. Okay.
That's like her prized possession, so she's giving up the last thing she has of her parents, that little acorn charm. So probably not the ability to climb trees, but that little charm that her dad gave her. The only thing she has left of her family, she gives it up. Or would that not work?
That would work fine. I just think something just slightly deeper, like either like Spirit Guide Trees is interesting. I think could be even some of those memories. We'll work with it. We'll put the acorn down for now.
Okay.
And I think then you can begin to thinking like the next time she climbs a tree, the question is, how is it different? And what does she no longer get from it that she used to? That's the question to kind of work into her as like a character thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll just actually
She
quickly
forgot the
interject
sound
when,
of her father's laugh.
when this is, if we make it through this, and if she and Howard talk about it, I had an idea about the two things they've given up. And if it is the sort of climbing trees, I have an idea I had that Howard might suggest. So
Okay, then yeah, climbing trees. Because then that way too, she'll forget the sound of her father's laugh.
All right. So then I'd say, Piper, you were kind of the one that initiated when you ran to the altar. Howard came to help. However you all want to do this, but someone's got to make the roll and decide what they're putting towards it. And if there's any other assets to be used.
Well, do you want to make the roll, Piper?
I can, yeah.
Just because my intellect pool is getting kind of low.
Yeah, mine's not all that great either, but I can put. I think that's the last two effort I could put into any of my pools. So I've kept intellect pretty high.
Okay.
So I can put effort into that. She's also trained in understanding importance and power.
Ooh.
Like assessing importance and power. That's what it says.
Okay, I'll let that work. So how much effort are you putting towards it?
2.
2 plus that's 3. All right.
If I get a nat 1, guys, I'm gonna cry.
Roll the die.
Oh. Well, let me say a prayer to the dice gods. That is a 16. I thought it was an 18, but it wasn't.
All right. taking this time, and through the windows, you can see 4 gray beasts, female in form, sharp tooth, gray, thick, blabby skin, moving, jumping from tree to tree, moving way too quick, hundreds of feet in seconds, barreling, ready to barrel through the door. Papa, you place. Howard, you place your offering. Papa, you place yours. And you read and you call. And right as you see what you think looks almost like the matron come through the door, the candle lights up bright. And they flatten, and the other 3 run into them. See all their features off and flat, so they hit an invisible wall. And they yell, begin to push and prod, but can't get in.
For some reason, my mind is thinking, you know, in Harry Potter, when he did the Expecto Patronum in like the first time, and the waves of light kept coming out and stuff. That's what I'm like imagining right now.
It burns right.
Yeah.
And as it does, you see your offerings begin to alight as well. You feel a coldness, the absence of the warmth. That climbing and drawing brought you something from your soul, and your inner being is being consumed to power the flame, to keep the darkness out. Just as they're about to run out, the claw drops. The name has been scratched clean. And the thing that you think is the matron suddenly is pushed and falls through the door.
What about Richard?
We'll get to Richard.
Sorry. I'm like on the edge of my seat right now.
Howard tried to throw that in. We'll see if it worked.
Hold on, when I make I have to like bring my ADHD brain back. So,
You're good. She comes on through. And the body doesn't quite move, but it shifts. This thing 10 feet wide, as if something's inside of it.
Piper's gonna run up, and she's gonna do the most child thing ever. She's gonna try to pull at it. It's like, she's drowning! And so she's like, you know, she's going out there.
Yeah, you grab, you pull, and the skin tears wide and stretches thin before a hand pushes and then breaks it out. And you see drenched in all types of dark liquid. Young woman. Young by some standards, old to you, maybe 30s, maybe even 40s, you're not quite sure. Freckled face and wild red frizzy hair. Well, you sure did it, child. What in the world? You're crazy.
I'm crazy. You were just birthed out of a cocoon of grossness. What were you thinking putting your name on the wall? Are you the matron? You don't look anything like the matron. I hope so. Well,
Howard just nods his head when she says that Piper's crazy. Howard just nods his head in agreement.
Howard,
Yeah.
you're not
She goes,
like
right, you gotta hold your tongue there for one more second. Oh my goodness, as she turns around. You three! And as she breathes in, it's as if all the hills breathe with her. The wind bows and blows. And these monsters, met by her stare, almost fade back to the sharp-toothed women, almost like the matron, but features much sharper and more vicious, but a hint of fear. Now, don't you get upset, dear. Come on, we were just trying to do... Come on, you wanted to protect him, we just helped you out. Y'all can shut your mouth now. She breathes in. May the stones know your name no longer. May the wind forget your voice. May the land you walked turn away from your step.
she's
May
gonna
the
stop
ones
her.
you
Like,
love.
can we free them too? She's got too much mercy. We're cooked. She's got way too
She
much mercy.
puts her hand over your mouth.
Okay.
The one you call, so you love, call and call and call, but never hear your answer. You see, as she was reading, it's like they tried to run, but it's almost like the chapel stretched too far. Grabbed them. And as it cracks, they look at each other. No. And as if commanded, run. You see it as the hills reach up, roots grabbing, dragging them to places unknown. Places, trees and ground crushing their bones. Yet something tells you from its screaming that doesn't seem to quite stop nor fade away enough to calm you. They ain't gonna be dead. Just squished and, well, in pain for a very long time.
So above table, did we ever meet those people?
No.
Okay.
She turns. You have a big heart there, dearie,
Yeah,
and I'm grateful for it. Those three, they weren't ever what you would call human. They're crafted out of pure darkness. They're what ran the home before I came. I was able to trick them in a way. Though they tricked me too. It's all about words, deeds, and bargains. I never thought I'd be free enough. They thought they trapped all of me in here, but I was able to put just enough of me in that other form to have mercy.
Sorry.
A mercy you saw and decided to love. She cries. I don't think I've ever been loved before since my mom died. Since my mom's died. Thank you, child.
When she starts crying, oh man, Piper, bro, I love her. Like, but Piper is going to immediately walk up and she's gonna give her the biggest hug. She's like, I don't think I've ever been loved before. It's like, well, now you'll be loved forevermore. You know, like, you know, she's like a child. She's like, never say that ever again. Love you to the moon and back. You know, like.
And that's when you hear like a banging against the walls. As you see where Andrew's name is. So they're trying to come out of the wall, the boy's form, but it can't. Looks like you all got a 2-for-1. I can help with this. Oh, Mokrai. Hush now, hush. Sleep, my babe. The wind it howls, the night it calls. She puts her hand out. But love will light ye home. Come now, son. You can do it. You see his name that was carved begin to burn away. A smaller hand grasps this woman's, and she just purrs and hugs what looks like clearly a ghost, a spirit, and she hugs it, looks naked, and she takes it close. It's all right now, love. And then there, Howard, you see this, but Piper does not. Is a black wooden door. And she says, don't be scared now. All of us have to go there eventually. Good luck, though. And the door opens. There is neither torture nor comfort beyond, but a feeling that is utter not from here, not from anywhere. It is alien. Causes you to shiver. But Howard, he walks towards it like it's just the most natural thing in the world. Sorry, Richard, my gosh. Richard walks towards it like it's the most natural thing in the world. Looks at you, Howard. Well, thanks there, H. I don't know what the other parts of me ever did to make you like me so much, but I don't know what's on beyond here if I can ever do it, but if there's a way I can ever pay you back, I will.
I think Howard he's been holding the apple picker the whole time, just like with one hand, with it on the ground. And you can see, Piper can't see what he's looking at, but you can see his hand kind of clench a little bit. And his eyes are watering a bit, which is unusual for him. And I think he just kind of nods the way he always does at Richard. And I think he says, You were the only one that for a long time that believed me about the things I saw. You told me to draw them. I think I can keep them in my head better now. But hope you'll be okay, Mr. Thompson.
Hope so too, H. Just don't hold that stuff in. It'll eat you up. Trust me. And he walks beyond. Gets to the threshold, and quick as you'd like, he is no longer. And the door shuts and is gone.
That made me cry a little bit. You taught me how to draw, so I can. Oh, that's so sad.
Right now, let's get out of here before something else happens.
I agree. Let's go. Someone's got to carry Avery. She's out cold.
All right. Looks love you. I have things to check on. Must be off. Tell me, what on earth would you children be headed? There's many that are going to curse your names.
Howard looks at Piper and then looks at the sort of matron and says, I don't think we really had a direction. We're originally from Barlow, but I don't think Barlow's really there anymore. Just look to Piper if Piper's got any bright ideas.
Well, she's got a big heart. She's stupid, so it's getting. Well, she's not, but it's like, where do you guys want to go? It's like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping to get adopted. Not that way. Not that way. Because she's a kid, you know? It's like, I don't know. I mean, the orphanage was their home, but if we go back to that, they might get hunted down by the mean people. Or is the orphanage, like, free or something?
Oh, that place. It is always, old Horned Head. The hurt him you have, he'll still have it in his clutches. I'll tell you what, there's a place I can help you get to. Might make your cheeks go a little red, but you'll be alright. It'll at least help you to wherever you go to next. She looks deeply at all of you. She goes, well, I have to say, you're wanderers. Not sure you have a place to ever lay your heads for long. But I'll see you. Well, either me or Bartholomew will. She points in. The sun's rising over the hill. Follow it now, right? And when it sets, just stop walking. and rest your heads. And when it rises, follow it again. And you'll find where you need to go. Do you understand?
No. Well, I mean, we need, I mean, like we go with the one direction, but don't we need like a map, like a hazard warning? Like, you know, I don't really want to run into, you know, fee fi fo fum, you know, that they just got like grounded in the earth.
Howard will come up
Fi fo
behind.
fum. That
Oh,
was-
don't worry, child. They've been locked up he's been locked up for a while now. Jack won't let him out.
Howard will walk up behind Piper and just put his hand on her shoulder and kind of look at her and say, "We'll be fine."
She's like,
Just-
I know, I was just breaking up kind of the tension with the dumb joke, you know, like, you know how I do.
The place you're looking for is Pleasant Evenings. Once you find it, she takes out this little lock of red hair. You just show this. And this is going to sound a little crazy, but just say we come from the Queen. That's all you need to say. And they'll help you the best they can. And now you mind them like good children. All right?
Thank you, matron. Or
Yes, ma'am.
Catherine. Miss Ma'am, my bad. Miss Ma'am. Oh my gosh.
To you children, daughter Dooley would do just fine.
Adult what?
Daughter Dooley.
Dr. D. Does that have something to do with the whole religion thing? Is that why your name was carved? I'm real confused. What church are you a part of? What is this church? Why was your
Um,
name on the wall?
Never been a part of a church in my life. Well, except that my name was on there. Me and the one you sent below have a long history. Quite a long one. Longer than you would think. And I didn't much like what he was doing. So to stop it, I went farther than he thought he'd ever get me to go. And as I wrote to lock up all that was good in me away so it couldn't get corrupted, but leave just enough, I hoped, so that I could help keep as many away from him as I possibly could. And it seemed that enough made it through, enough for you to love, dear Piper.
Oh shucks. Don't make me cry.
And that's why it was there, as far as the ones who put it there. Fools and idiots. Searching for some god here. Ain't no gods that walk these hills. Just haints. That'd sooner take the skin off your bones, quite literally, as help you with anything. Now you mind that. Even what you did in there, you've given up something precious that you can never get back. It has been consumed. But I thank you. So, I know you have more questions. You'll find some answers as you go. I'll tell you that much. But And my people, you were the daughter until your father gave you away. Well, I had no father that I ever knew. It was my two mums that brought me from the old country to here. And they both died on these hills. And the people we came with, once they realized what I could do, and that I was a witch like them, well, those good folk, they set me off to fend for myself. I was just a wee one. So daughter Dooley is who I'll be. And that suits me just fine. Now, I know that's a lot for a little child like you. You might get it one day.
Well, thank you, Dr. Dooley. You kept us safe. Well, mostly safe. What did the adults say? Until we meet again. That's some sort of song or something.
Indeed, little one. Here. And she takes out this large tooth with carved runes upon it. Take this. It'll at least help. Good luck to you. And may the road see you home.
Piper's not gonna she's not gonna say anything else. Yeah, there's nothing else really to be said. She can look at it, so. Unless Howard,
Word respectfully just nods.
Alright. In handouts, you all have been given an artifact. Here. Called the Great Tooth.
An artifact? What do we do with it?
Use it like that, and every time you use it, you roll a d20. And if you roll a 1, it will come due. I think it's a price, dearie. With that, one known as Daughter Dooley walks off, and you can see from the weeds and the branches, a great bear seems to walk beside her. And as they turn, they become the large, dark-skinned man who tips his hat. Thank you all. Before it turns to a bear once more and walks beside her. And with that, we'll end for tonight.
That was
Nothing.
you're not family.
Family.
Sorry.